Well, hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Stock Market Review with Lou Web Trading. Coach Lord is here. We're about to get into it, guys. What an interesting day it was again today. The day started, we were pretty muted for the most part. As you guys are well aware, this is how the market works. Right before the open, we had some phony headlines that came across about a potential ceasefire. Well, not a ceasefire, more like a deal. I think the administration came out and said JD Vance was going to be in Pakistan and will be landing within the hour to sign a deal with the Iranians. And by 10:30, we all realized that was not true. But guess what? That helps lift the market up. We were on the way to go down. That helps lift the market up. But what by the time we realized this was not actually true, the market actually went down a bit. And then you guys could see as everyone was on edge and say, hey, you know what? Are we going back to launching missiles? Right? That was the big concern. And then, right when the market closed, as soon as the market closed, a post came out that the ceasefire will be extended indefinitely. So that whole cloud that typically hangs over the market, that cloud was lifted. Now, for some people might see that and say, "This is good news." For me, yeah, I am a little worried, right? Why is that? That means any given day might be the day. We just don't know. Any given day might just be the day that the bombs start flying again because we just don't know. There's no time frame. It's just an indefinite ceasefire, not something that was actually signed and agreed by both sides because apparently the Iranians just never responded to us. So we don't know. And but aside from that, what exactly was resolved today? Is the Strait of Hormuz open? Again, a lot of us focused just on things like oil prices, right? So it's like, hey, how much am I paying at the pump? That's not the only thing. Remember, nearly a third of the countries of the world fertilizer comes from that area. So if the Strait of Hormuz is closed, that means now it's planting season. Those fertilizers are not getting to those areas. We can see famine happen in certain places. This is not a joke, guys. This is very, very, very serious. And I was really hoping an actual deal was done, but not like, hey, you know what? Don't. Hey, we just going to stay there. Maybe we have a deal. Maybe there's no deal. We don't know really what's going on. So I hope that we have a negotiated settlement very, very soon. I don't care who win it. We just need to have a negotiated settlement. That's the only thing that matters to me because there are too much at stake, way too much at stake. Well, if you guys are here, I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you for being here again today. Man, today was one of my best trading days. Literally, I did not miss one trade today. That was great. That was very operating like a sniper today, just getting them. And that was great. Again, before we move forward, we're going to go over the S&P 500 based on what happened in the after hours. I already know we have no idea what the market is going to do tomorrow, right? I don't know what else is coming. I'll be completely honest with you guys, but we're still gonna look into the chart as far as what the chart is pretty much telling us. All right. Second thing, I need to let you guys know. I am not your financial advisor. Everything I say here is for educational purposes. Nothing I say is any suggestions for you guys to buy, hold, or sell. Remember, trading carries a lot of risk. If you do want to trade in the market, make sure you do your own due diligence or contact a financial advisor. And trading carries a lot of risk, including loss of capital. So be careful when you guys are trading. Now, shout out to Empire Path and Jeff. I see you guys here. Thank you for being here as usual. And if you are here again, that's a must. You guys know that. Make sure to smash the like button for me. All right. I need those interaction. That is the only thing. Actually, that's the first thing I'm gonna ask you guys is those interactions. The second thing, make sure to share the channel with at least one person. If you're part of a trading group or a group that has some traders, drop the link. Maybe somebody that's in there might be able to benefit from the content. Either way, just drop it, share it. I would really, really appreciate that, or share it with even if it's one person. All right. Now let's get right into the nitty gritty, guys. This is an interest. That was an interesting day today. Let's see. Here we go. We're going to start with the S&P 500. We have that pulled up. Let's go on the daily. Man, this is why exactly. This is why what we saw happen after hours, that funky things that happen after hours. This is why it happened. What exactly are we looking at here? Right here, this three candlestick pattern is what that just show us. Hey, this is an extremely bearish evening star. That was an extremely bearish evening star. And I guess as soon as they saw that, they said, you know what? Nah, we going to keep that bad boy up a little bit. Because as of right now, a lot of people went short. A lot of people did. I didn't, because I just felt like something was going to happen. I did not want to jump the move. I actually really felt like we might have gotten some sort of negotiated settlement. Well, technically we did not, but hey, there's no bombs falling, so that was a good call. I looked at those plays, but I simply did not take it. I did not take it. I just wanted to wait because I wanted to see continuation. I don't. It doesn't seem like right now we're going to get that tomorrow. Does not seem like we're going to get it. All right. But again, if we want to take a quick look at that again, guys, let's take a look. Where exactly did I give you guys the moves? I said, hey, these that was an inside bar. This is the levels we need to be watching. We need to watch this level. So what did we do? We actually we got up. We gapped up right toward where we closed yesterday, the previous day actually, not even yesterday, the previous day, we gapped up, and then what happened? We could not take that level, and then we just fell. As soon as we felt it, I saw the move coming. I was like, oh, it's time to go. It was time to go by that point. And let's see. Oh, James is here. James, I appreciate you being here, man. Again, you guys can see exactly what happened here. Every single, you're going to see those things every time. Now, what happens, right? Just to give you guys some context, when you see those moves on every day, we gapped up and just went straight up, gapped up, went straight up almost every single day. That's not normal. That's not how the stock market typically works. We don't just keep on gapping up and up and up and up and up nonstop. Typically, what we do have is either a retest of the high, a retest of the low, and then you see how price reacts right around those range, right around those levels, and then something happens. If we gap up, we typically, like for example, if we gap up here and we're going to continue running up, we would gap up. If we gap up, we open here. We would technically come down and then move up. That's how it works. This whole move that we saw right in here, let me zoom in so everyone can see that a little clearer. All those things we were seeing where we just gapped up, we never came to retest those levels and went up. That's not usually what happens, right? Because if you look right on the left side, if you look right on the left side, you guys can see how almost all these candles are right next to each other. They are inside of each other and all this kind of stuff. Now, let's go in the 4 hour time frame and see exactly what's going on. Again, with the news that came in the after hours, a lot of things might change, but we should still be able to see what the market is doing. Now, here we go. It seems like this is what we were doing. That's what I talked to you guys about yesterday, right? That was the possible double top. This is literally what was in play. So we had just taken the neckline to continue the move down. So if you did buy it right at the close, I would not blame you. All right. You cannot predict that some headline, some sort of news event was going to happen. You can't fully predict that. So I didn't do it because I could not predict what was going to happen. So I just stayed away. But by looking at what we're looking at here, what are we seeing? I mean, this is technically not really an engulfing pattern, but this candle is these two candles that shows me most likely we might have a squeeze. tomorrow. Again, that's the higher probability here. That's what I'm looking at. We might open with a bit of a gap to the upside, and are we going to continue to run and actually go and kiss the top of this trend line? We'll just see. That's the top of the channel. I know you guys remember that. Let's go in the 2 hour time frame again. What exactly are we seeing in the 2 hour time frame? That is the perfect double top I was talking about. Perfect double top. If this news did not come out, if that news did not come out, we were going to drop. But why? We have no support levels all throughout these areas. Not until way down here, that's when you actually find some support. So something had to be done, so they did it. All right, can't complain about it, guys. It's not. I know some of you guys may be thinking it's not fair, it's not whatever, but you know what? This is what I keep telling you guys. This is more of a day trader's market because you just never know what's coming out. You just never know. Excuse me. Let's go in the 30 minutes. Now, what exactly is the 30 minutes showing us? After what we just had, the 30 minutes is showing almost like a double bottom for a squeeze up. This is what we're looking at, a double bottom for a squeeze up. And where's the MACD? What exactly is the MACD doing? The MACD is actually crossing up, although it is still in negative territory, but I can see the MACD squeezing much higher. I can clearly see that. Based on, again, it's not technical, it's not fundamental, it's just based on the story that's going on right now. I keep telling you guys over and over, the stock market has been hijacked. I have never seen that before. The stock market has been hijacked, and those guys now they know exactly how to make the market go up or down, whichever way they want to swing it. That's where it's going to go. All right, so that's what we are looking at currently. Although that's the bigger thing, right? So the fact that there was no negotiated settlement, but do have a ceasefire, the blockade is still intact. The U.S. blockade is still intact. The Iranians still close the Strait of Hormuz. So no one's going in, no one's going out. So that means there's no flow of oil, there's no flow of LNG. There's all of that stuff that has been putting pressure on the stock market is still there. The only difference, there are no bombs and missiles flying. That's the only difference. But it's not like we have oil back at capacity flowing into the market. We do not have any of that. Oh, Mr. Lunel, I see you here, man. I appreciate you. Thank you. Again, taking a look at that. Hold on, let's see. Okay. Um, So that's the S&P 500. Again, none of that stuff for me is it's not. I just cannot trust it. I cannot trust anything right now. It's a little tough to really come in and really find the levels and see these are the levels I'm going to follow. Why? Simply because it is more of a day traders market. Because one post may send the market shooting down, or it may send it shooting up. I think at some point the market did drop because Trump did post something about not going to extend the ceasefire or something like that. I'm pretty sure, as I'm well aware, some of you guys are well aware of that. When we had the ceasefire announced last time, literally 10 to 20 minutes before that was announced, someone someone did a short of $730 million on oil. Somebody knew, and they executed on that. And this is not new; it keeps happening over and over and over. But all we can do is roll with the punches. So since we don't have those information ahead of time, so be very, very careful as you're going into swing trading. Unless you want to take it to the upside, I guess that would make more sense because they want the market to be up. Again, reiterating, the only part of the stock market that's actually working the economy, that's actually holding us right now is the stock market. That's about it. All right. Taking a quick look at the Qs. The Qs actually performed worse today. But let's see how that news after hours actually worked on the cues. Actually, same pattern, exact same pattern. So I'm not even going to waste too much time to go in on the cues right now because it is the exact same pattern, right? This is what I keep telling you guys, man. This is a big club, and the people that's in the know are doing every single thing that they can, and they making a ton of money. We just gotta find a way to see how we can grab some of that. All right. Looking at the VIX, let's take a look at the VIX. The VIX was spike actually did a bit of a spike and it actually pushed back down. So the VIX is it's rising a little bit, but nothing to worry about as of right now, in my opinion. There's nothing to worry about as of right now until we have reclaimed this trend line with the VIX. Nothing, absolutely nothing to worry about. Now let's see. One of the plays. Let's go over the plays I was talking about, guys. So we had Tesla. I was talking about. I'm still not in. You might be asking yourself why, because I've been talking about a short on Tesla since here, and you guys can see we had an engulfing pattern the previous day. We had, or you could say, hey, you know what? That move show is going. Why did you not get in, Coach Lord? I will let you guys know why. Because if you look at my trend line, this is my trend line, and if you look at my trend line, we are not below the trend line. As of right now, this is what this looks like right now. If I go in the 4 hour time frame, you guys could see that even better. All that's looking like right now for me, let me go in the daily, is a break of the trend line and the retest right on the trend line. As of right now, this is what I'm looking at. That's the move. As of right now, until we have actually failed the breakout and we close below the trend line, I'm not putting those shorts on. I'm not putting them on. And then again, it is a little risky to do that because Tesla report earnings tomorrow. So I did not get an opportunity to do it, so I'm not going to do it. But I do expect um, tomorrow after the bell when they report, we might see this thing way up here or we might see it way down here. You know, Tesla moves on earnings. That bad boy moves and moves a lot on earnings. All right. Again, if you are here, guys, make sure to smash the like button for me. Would really appreciate that. Now going to the 4 hour time frame, the 4 hour is actually giving us a what? As again, I always tell you guys that as soon as I push those things on, you guys should be able to see them. So this is what we are looking at. This would be, if you are new here, I just want to draw that. So that's your left shoulder. That's the head. That is the right shoulder. So that means we have a head and shoulder pattern being formed in the 4 hour time frame. Again, this is not confirmed, but this is what the 4 hour time frame is showing. However, as I always tell you guys, it's not just about the pattern, is where exactly is that pattern being formed. So now we want to take a look and see, okay, where exactly is that pattern being formed and what kind of candlestick pattern do we have to support this? Now, just taking a look at the candlestick pattern, again, this is the 4 hour time frame. What do we have here? Right at that support, which is the trend line, we have a bullish harami. Bullish harami. If you are not familiar with that term, this is what a bullish harami is. It's like a pregnant woman, right? Like the belly's sticking out a little bit. That's what a bullish harami is. So you have a big bearish candle, then you have a bullish candle, bearish candle, big one, smaller one, bullish candle, but it actually fits the small candle that comes after the the bearish candle can fit inside of it. That pattern is called a bullish RMB. Jimmy Asiri, I appreciate the thumbs up, man. Thank you. That would can fit right inside. What does that signal at support level? That support a possible move to the upside. Again, these are all contradictory signals because we have a bearish chart pattern, We have a bullish candlestick pattern. We are at support level, right? We are at support level, and there's also a possible false breakout in play. And then we also report earnings tomorrow. So what do you do in those situations? There are so many different points. So what exactly do? You do absolutely nothing. Why? The picture is not clear. If the picture is not clear, you don't do anything. I want to remind you guys, you might be a day trader, you might be a swing trader, but we're not trading Pokemons. You don't have to catch them all. You do not have to catch every single trade. If you miss this one trade, the stock market will give you another one, right? There are thousands of stocks in the stock market. If you miss the one in this one, go get the next one. This is not an A plus setup. This is not. I would not even put that as a B plus setup. This is more like a C. All right, so more like on the 50-50 range. There's no hedge to be had here. We do not have a hedge here. All right, so that is the biggest issue that we have. All right. Going in the 2 hour time frame on that. Again, same thing. Seems like we are rising a little bit, and now you can start really seeing that head and shoulder pattern, those left shoulder and right shoulder, even more clearly. But it doesn't matter much because we have earnings report tomorrow, so you have no idea. We have absolutely no idea, no clue what's going to happen with earnings. So I'm just going to stay out of the way, wait for earnings to happen, then I'll try to see if I can catch the ride, whichever direction the earnings decide to go. Just ride the momentum with it. That's it. We don't have to guess. We don't have to gamble. Just take our time and we'll just ride that momentum. All right. Now, another one I wanted to talk to you guys about, if you are part of the community, APLD. APLD is one of those. Early this morning, when I see we were failing right at that resistance level. I had already called to tell people, hey, time, hey, we're just gonna get out. We're gonna take our money. This was a 20% return, so we just take the money and ran. All right, 20% return in 2 days. You put that money in the bank, maybe they'll give you $3. All right, 20% return in 2 days in your investment. That is not bad. So we take the money and we ran. I know I wanted to do a leap call with that, but you know what? I saw the fail, so I had no issue doing that. We can re-enter at a lower price, or if we do breakout and have that retest, we can get back in. But we don't have to stay in for all this thing to happen. All right, now SOXL. That's man. I This one is a head scratcher for me. This thing keep finding ways. It's just like screeching higher, screeching higher. It might be one of those stocks that until well, it's an ETF, so it's not a stock. It's an ETF for the semiconductors. So it might be one of those situations where nothing's really going to happen until those stocks within that ETF starts reporting earnings, and when they drop, that's when we might see a pullback. I think that's what may happen because this move, this is insane. This is an insane move. But for those of you guys that might be early here, I know you guys might be tired of me, but this is literally one of my proudest trade. I'm still in those leap calls. Open that was open right there. Those leap calls are up about 2,500% as of today, which I showed those guys that are part of the live team. You guys saw that. You guys know how I'm doing with this trade. Um, Other stock we talked about is IONQ. This is what I'm waiting for. Again, I'm not gonna tell you guys what to buy or where to whatever, but for those of you guys that are part of the trading alert room, you guys know the levels that we're waiting for. I'm waiting for us to hit that level or get close to it so I can feel comfortable so we can get in this bad boy and ride that up. All right. What else? BE, our good old friend BE. What an opportunity that stock gave today. I did not take that trade, and I will tell you guys know. I will let you guys know why. This is what happened with this one. I can see we were squeezing, and when I see the fail, I said it's time to get in. Unfortunately, when I actually went to look at the option premiums on this thing, if I wanted to take um, a strike price that was actually 20 points out of the money, not in the money, out of the money, less than a 50 delta. That strike price was less than a 50 delta, and guess what? Those contracts were $1,800 for 30 days expiration date. 30 days out, 1,800. That's insane. I was like, you know what? I'm not touching it. I'm just not going to touch it. I just let it be. Whatever happens with that, happens with that. Let's see. Fleet says SOXL is going to get it tomorrow. I cannot on this live tell you to get it or not get it. If in case you came here a little late, all I can say about that is I'm not buying I would not buy SOXL at those levels. Why? I will show you why. This is what I keep telling you guys. This is why I would not buy it at this level because we are extended. This is extended. I mean, look at this. This is way overbought. This is extended. Yeah, this is as of right now. This is the weekly. We are looking at the weekly. As of right now, we are too extended. This is not for me. I mean, if somebody feel comfortable getting it at that level, hey, kudos to you. You are much stronger person than I am. Your appetite for risk is a lot stronger than I am. But for me, I would wait for a sizable, not a pullback. I would wait for a retracement. I would wait for a retracement. Talking about retracement, I'm talking about Fibonacci levels, like a big retracement. That's what I would wait before first. Again, if it keeps running, if it leaves you behind, this is the thing. The great thing about the stock market, the stock market has many other plays. You don't. This is again. This is not Pokemon. We're not catching Pokemons here. We don't have to catch all of them. There's always going to be something that has not made a move yet. All right, you always going to get that. Again, CEG still pushing down. Still pushing that. This is getting interesting for me. I'm loving this. This is getting very interesting for me. All right, I'm loving it right now. If I do that trend line, you guys can see exactly where that fell. So now we have a bit of a wedge pattern, right? Um, Being strong enough, you can take it here or wait for it to get to this level and see how it reacts, and then we make our move. McDonald's, I am loving that. I'm loving that. I mean, isn't their motto still "I'm loving it"? I think it is, right? Man, I haven't had this fast food for so long. I even forget I think it is "I'm loving it." So yes, absolutely, I'm loving what's going on here because what that's telling me is, um, I know I'm a little worried about a possible shoulder, so head and shoulder pattern, which means we would be dropping. Um, but how likely it is for us to drop? Typically, when you start seeing, groceries got are getting more expensive and all this kind of stuff. Typically, these are the kind of times where fast food does a lot better because people cannot afford groceries. It's unfortunate, but that's the same reality, guys. I'm just giving you the information. All right. When people are struggling, you're going to see companies that sell cereal, chips, all these bad food. They could because they are more affordable. A lot of struggling families tends to go a bit more that route. All right. So I'm liking where McDonald's is right now. Again, the risk is a lot lower. Why? Because we are at support level. Because we're at support level, the risk is a lot lower. So if we take it and it drops below here and whatever, we can get out. It's not like we're buying it here and then we might wake up and it gaps way down and do a move like that. See, this is why you get paid. You be patient and you wait. When I saw McDonald's right at this move, if I go on the weekly, right after the weekly, when it made this move, I mean, yeah, it looked good. Look at the weekly, just bounce off support level. Maybe we're going to squeeze. And I said, I'm not doing that. I want to see a pullback. And then guess what? Guess what? Are we? As a matter of fact, this is looking pretty bearish actually, because the weekly is really giving me a head and shoulder pattern. And as of right now, this is giving me a bearish engulfing pattern. But again, bearish engulfing happening at support level does not really scare me, because look at this crazy, crazy, very, very strong bearish candle that we had, came directly to this level and then we bounce back up. All right, so I want to see how we react right at this level where we are now. Baba, again, Baba continues to pull back a little bit. That is one of those things that I am watching, which is Baba. Let's go on the daily time frame. Is that what I was waiting for? Is that the break and pullback? I want to see. Ideally, what we want to see tomorrow is this forming some sort of either an engulfing candle, right, or a smaller candle that gives us a what? Something that's like that that give us a bullish army right in there. This is what we need to see. I would feel so comfortable doing that, because that would be a technical, pure technical break and retest. And I would take that trade 1,000 times with my eyes closed, even if I lost the first 999 attempts. I would still take that trade, because why? That is part of my strategy. The strategy has not failed me. I will keep taking it. Again, going on the 4 hour time frame, look at what we're doing. We pushed down, we came to the trend line, and it seems like we're trying to find some sort of support. But to feel better, I need to see this close at least a little higher, more than 50% of this move, of this candle. This is what I need. So I'm gonna put an alert as a reminder right here for me. This is what I'm going to do. Very easy. And if that happens, we should be sitting pretty on that one. All right. Let's see. Looks like a lot of buying volumes. Um, on SOXL, I would disagree. On SOXL, I would highly disagree about a lot of buying volumes. Based on track record, the market goes up spring and summer. Then we trace in the fall. Have you started looking at short calls, or is it too early? I actually have already been looking at short calls, but we are in an unprecedented time right now. The stock market is not really moving based on technicals or anything like that. This is not what's happening. And right now, I'm really struggling on how to really do swing trade with the market, because I just, you almost cannot trust what's going to happen day to day. That is the biggest issue that I have with the market right now. The day to day stuff does just not, simply does not make sense. Let's see. Um, our dead friend is actually starting to move. Let's see. I don't know how high we're going to go in this, because one of the biggest worry that was out there was the fact that the U.S. Treasury might release some sort of digital currency to try to replace Bitcoin and all cryptocurrencies. Kevin Walsh said he's not interested in doing that. If you don't know who Kevin Walsh is, Kevin Walsh is the pick for Jerome Powell, which replacement as the Fed chair. He said he's not interested in that. So we just going to, maybe he's just saying that, we don't know, but that was his confirmation in the Senate today, and that's what he mentioned. Now another thing I want to talk to you guys about. This is why I keep telling you guys. You guys need to realize what's happening. What just happened? And again, I'm gonna be blunt and frank with you guys. We just got scammed. The American people, the consumers, just got scammed. If you are not aware of what happened late last night, a judge ordered the administration to pay back the tariffs money. If you happy and say, yeah, you're gonna get a tariff money back, no, it's not you. It's not us. It's to the corporations. Now, how exactly did that happen? Tariffs went into place. Let's say a corporation cost went up 15%. of 10% or 20, or let's say 20%. The corporation increased their price 30%. So they charging us an extra 10. Most of them, that's what they did. I can tell you exactly which one I know did not do that. Costco. I'm not making commercial for Costco, but I just really appreciate this company. This is why I don't mind actually mentioning them. They did not do that. They refused. All right. Now, we already pay that. Some companies were nice, so they only charge us 15%, or they bring the price up by 20%. All right. Now, so we already paid the tariffs. That cost was passed on by the corporations. Now they are going to give the corporations the money back. Again, the taxpayers, us, already paid that money when we bought those goods. Now, the taxpayers, us again, are going to have to write checks back to the corporations for the tariffs they already charged us for. That's double dipping. But we don't get any money back. And that really, really bothers me. It really bothers me the fact that the people in the middle class and the less fortunate got squeezed like that, and it's the people at the top that's going to make all of that. Those guys are set because why? They own shares. They own not we. I am in the stock market. If you are here, you are in the stock market. All right, so that's good for you. But the regular person that's working, maybe working a 9 to 5 at McDonald's, doing two jobs, cutting grass, laying bricks, and whatever, most of them do not have investments in the stock market. So that really, these kind of things really bothers me. It really, really bothers me. But here's the awful thing about it. Now I wanted to speak my mind on that, but here's the awful things about it. But for you guys that are investors, here's the great thing for you. The companies you invest in are about to get a windfall. So that means the profit is going to go higher. With the profit going higher, therefore the stock price is going to go higher because they just received that big infusion of cash. Some of them will be doing buybacks. All right, they going to buy the stocks back and whatever, or maybe they invested in AI or whatever it is. These are the kind of things that will happen. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys. It is late. Actually, you know what? I owe you guys one more stock. There's one more stock I was watching with you guys. I believe that was Apple. This is why that's AAPL. This is why I tell you guys, to be careful and just wait. Last night on the live, I was telling you guys, Apple seems like it's getting primed to get rejected because the volume was so low and we had a top intel. This is the day we had. Now, yes, I know Tim Cook is stepping down, and that you can say that was the catalyst, but the charts already told us this was coming. Why? Because there are people who already knows those news before they come out. So the charts reflect what's about to happen because the people that's already in the know already took their position. It's very, very simple. That is what it is. But anyway, that is the last one I was going to show you guys because that was one of the stocks that I reviewed with you guys and gave you guys my opinion on. Again, if you are here, I appreciate you guys being here. Make sure to smash the like button for me. Let's see if I have any other questions. Okay, there's no other questions here. Make sure to smash the like button for me, and make sure to share the live with at least one person. Put that if you're part of a trading group or any group. As long as they're not going to kick you out for doing so, you're not going to violate any rules. Post that in there. See if we can help somebody else. Help me get that channel going to 3,000 subscribers. We seems like we have stalled a little bit at right around 2,500. So I need you guys' help for that little extra push. All right, guys, take care. Have a good night. Remember, it is POP. It's process over profit. Follow the process. The profit will follow, guys. I can guarantee you that. Follow the process, and the profit will follow. Tomorrow, it is the same thing. It is get in, get green, get out. We don't have to trade the entire day. We're not here to be slaves to the market. You wait, you find your levels, By the way, like for me, when I'm trading, I'm here between 9, 8:30, actually 8:30 till about 11:30, 12 o'clock. Then I take a break. I went away. If you don't have to be in front of your computer, you can come in, set your alerts, and wait until you get to setting levels. All right. Again, guys, it is get in, get green, get out. Take care, guys. Have a good one. For those of you guys that are part of the trading community and part of the paid members on Teams, please join me on Teams. I'll be on Teams right after this call. I'll see you guys again. Have a good night and peace out.